my pub histories with historians, like the Tattooed Historian Presents at the Gary Owen or whatever. And I started to see other people start to do their own pub histories. Mine started to be like, in my head, I was going, okay, I kind of don't want to do it this way anymore. I kind of want to do something else. Because now I'm seeing other people doing it. And I'm like, I don't want to be seen as just another pub history now. So I kind of have this thing of where I do something, I see other people take the baton in a positive way. I'm not saying they're copying off me. I'm just saying they're taking the baton in a positive way, and they're like, I can do that too. I want to do that. Let's say I do a pub history in Fredericksburg, Virginia, and I've done it for 6 months. And 1 month comes along and Ty's doing one across town on a different night than what I'm doing it, and then he starts doing it every month. Okay, I'm not gonna like disrespect Ty. I'm not gonna say, oh, he copied off me or something. But what I am gonna do in my head is be like, okay, Ty's doing it now, and now I got to do something else. I got to go to the next step. So I think if more historians started feeling that way too, and I'm not saying I'm a leader or anything. I'm just saying I think we would have less problems with this whole idea of jealousy and other things, because I'm like, hey, you want to take the baton and go? I got another race I want to run, and I'll figure out a new thing and run with that. So in actuality, when people do that, that's pushing me to do the next thing. And some people would get all mad and they get all huffy and be like, well, they just copied off me. I don't see things negatively like that. I see that as, okay, maybe my time's up for that. Maybe I scratched that itch, and now I gotta do something else. So I think that utilizing your peer group as momentum is an asset, instead of being like judgmental and dismissive. Oh, I hate dismissiveness. I hate it. And it's rampant in many parts of the field. God, I think we would have an amazing amount of funding increases if we showed more positivity, because people will want to give to grants and stuff for that reason. And I think more people would show up at live events and other things.
You think they show up at more live events?
I think people would show up to more live events if they knew that it was more accepting, that it wasn't as judgmental, that
in response to harassing
the one thing I hate,
coming from the apple orchard
I hate it with a passion, and when you see me in public talking, I usually don't use it. I hate podiums. I hate it because it's a wall between me and my audience.
The obvious presence of a
I want you to see me. I want to be able to talk to you. I don't want to stand behind a podium and pontificate all that. So when I have to speak at a conference, I'm usually out. Like if there's a podium and a table up front, I'm sitting my butt on the table and I'm talking to people. And that drove people crazy who were putting it on there because they wanted the traditional guy or gal behind the podium and doing their thing. I can't do that. So if I put a conference on, there will be no podiums. There's no separation between you and the audience. I think that creates that kind of thing. Yeah. Yeah, and show up however you want to show up dressed. I don't care.
Hill and his light division.
It's a thing where
getting talked over. I ended up hopping. I don't know if you can see it, but I'm on Board of Rights right now. I'm doing 50 servers that are.
Oh, nice.
We're doing the what's next. They just finished the Hyper Farm. Which one we're setting us up right now. Reishi says, I'm sorry, Ty. Reishi says, people use that as a reason to write bad reviews of stuff, meaning the, okay, hold on. My friends overseas, the We Have Ways podcast, have been so successful, and they have formed this community that cares not only about the show, history, but also each other. And people use that as a reason to write bad reviews of stuff. One of my coworkers has an awful review about her because she was, quote, a woke, tattooed revisionist. she decided to own it.
Well, she's a
Isn't
badass for being a woke tattooed revisionist in my.
There you go. And yeah, and when you can take that and own it, oh my god, you're unstoppable. You know, Kojak says they are copying me, but can be a form of respect. It could be. Could be. And exactly, Kojak. I want to talk to the people, not read from a script. I try never to have a script in anything.
The difference of your and I's content, and then like when you and I are together, we can collaborate so well, which I think is really cool. And that was awesome, an experience.
That was a lot of fun, man. And it was great because it was off the cuff. It was, hey, you want to talk about this? Okay, let's go. And that's what I love, is when it's natural and we're in our element and you're embracing the history in the moment. You're not scripted, and you're not putting on a show for the camera.
That's what's kind of cool too. Like, I don't know if you met or talked to the other members of my story. And there's Tim. I know you talked to John Bruce, I think.
Right. Yep.
And then there's Darren, who is from England, actually. And Darren and I have like meetings sort of with the Unfiltered, and what we do is instead of just talk private, we just have our like chit chat live. We'll do tea. This little bit we call coffee conversations, where I get off of work, he's just, you know, live and just throw it up.
That's fantastic.
Another little cool thing we're trying different. It's not something I'm usually always doing, but because I never got a lot out of talk. Can't talk alone. That's something I really think in pages. You have your segments where you can actually sit there and talk to our group without having anyone with you, and that takes a lot. Like, that takes some talent. People really have to go slowly. I think that's really cool. And
thank you.
Yeah, no,
thank you.
Anytime. It's you know, it's not like because I actually feel like I can benefit more with having somebody there. I love bouncing my ideas with someone else and talking to them about their ideas and hearing what they have to say about this. And, you know, but it's still admirable that you were able to do something like that, because it's something that I couldn't do even if I tried to.
Yeah, it's so much fun, dude. Wow. It's so much fun, and I always wanted to have a radio show. Back in the day, I always dreamt about being on the radio. So it's kind of natural for me to like just sit here by myself and talk. But I love talking with people. And like we're talking now. I love talking with people, getting to know them, getting to understand why they like what they like. What makes them tick. And what makes them keep going. You know, that's a huge thing to me, because I love to get to know people. It's kind of like Harold Holzer told me on a couple occasions. He's like, you're not an interviewer, you just like a discussion.
Exactly.
That's exactly right. Yeah. Don't make it. Don't.
Wings on the same bird, man. Because that's like we're all conversationalists.
Yeah. Don't make it so. Don't worry about it. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Stop worrying, because if you are struggling to create something, or you're like, oh, I don't know what I want to do, or whatever else, 90% of the time, that's you worrying about the judgment of others.
Absolutely.
You're worried about, oh, is it going to be good lighting, or is it going to be good sound, or is someone going to laugh at me because this? Are they going to leave a stupid comment?
Oh, I didn't
just create.
When mine failed, guys, I failed for 30 minutes straight trying to get it on yesterday. So that whole entire stream just. But the last thing I thought about was that you guys would actually be like, "Oh, man, so."
Oh yeah.
I didn't fear that.
Yeah.
You know, even if you did say that or think that, didn't bother me. What it bothered me myself was that I wasn't able. But you know, I wasn't to the point where I was gonna like take it out. I just I just have to be better next time. You know,
well, we all have those days. Yeah. Look, I have days where it doesn't work.
First try, and my game War of Rights is actually streaming clean for once. Normally I cannot get this thing to run. I'm actually very surprised that I'm pulling this out. Very steady.
Nice.
And I've been wanting to use this game for, you know, interpretive purposes, because there's so many things that we can do out of this, especially now that there's people serious for once. That wasn't something I was used to.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting here doing a line battle through a cornfield right now, moving out to the road. It's with units that are in line and actually trying to fire and play this game. That makes a hell of a difference.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that really that does it, man. Yeah. Yeah, that was really good. We had a good time with that.
Yeah, we did.
Hey, everybody on my page. Time for me to log off. However, we have some unfinished business to tend to.
What's that?
We have to go on a raid, and we are gonna raid Unfiltered Historian tonight.
Dude, thank you.
We're going over to War of Rights, and you're gonna see more Civil War stuff.
I just
So everybody on my page, thank you for hanging out. Thank you for the follows. Kangadongatron, amazing name, by the way. 316 Traveling Q-Man, thank you for the follow. History Kid, thank you for that raid of 8. I don't know if you're still in here, but thank you so much for that. Don't forget tomorrow on my page over on Facebook and YouTube, I have lunch with an archivist at noon. We're going to be talking to an archivist from the National Archives in Washington, D.C. about what they've been doing during the pandemic. And I would love to have you join me over there. The information is over on both of those pages. Please go check those out. And we are going to go raid Ty.
I appreciate you, man. I really do.
We'll be there, man.
All right, I'm excited to have you guys. Might not be
we'll be right
in this thing, but we're going to try.
Everybody have a wonderful night. Let's go watch the cornfield scenario, and let's watch the time.
Get out of here. What happened? I got stuck in somebody.
Oh, that's what happens,
yes.
man.
Oh my
that's
gosh.
what happens. See you, everybody.
There you go. If you guys are just coming in from the raid, thank you all so much. I knew, okay, I'm glad they worked. I haven't seen if they were actually working yet. Thank you so much for popping in here, guys. I really appreciate y'all. I'm playing a game called War of Rights. For those that have not seen it or unfamiliar, it's still in alpha mode. I've played it since crowd. And I like to think at times it can be somewhat immersive when the trolls aren't dominating the game. Tattoo Historian, thank you for allowing me to hang out and play with you. Really enjoy having some games. Even though I may have sunk twice today. I'm lacking in World of Warship, so I probably should give it another whack, you know? But I also appreciate the 2 losses at Gettysburg. It's been a great time. I always enjoy playing. Conversations are always good too. I really enjoy those. Thanks for moving forward again. Again, if you guys are just tuning in, thank you so much for joining. The Confederates are... Jay Ricey, thank you for the follow, man. I appreciate it, buddy. Welcome aboard to the Unfiltered Story and Community. Once you're on here, if you're on Facebook, you can like on Facebook. We'll put out daily facts. A lot of it consists now of what we call history across the pond. So if you are based in the U.S., then across the pond it is. One of our members, Darren Rollins, puts out some great content on UK history, and we can go back to 1000. That's I should say all the way, since it's so far. It's a good content base coming out of Europe. It's cool that I can play this now because it has been, I mean, forever and a day trying to have this game extreme stable. I think now that I've come across a few settings, I think do seem promising. It's time to hold out. And I'm a bit. If I can make it from If you guys are watching over on YouTube or Facebook, thank you so much. Thank them for watching. In fact, I don't even think I was. But I was under the impression this was the corn. Actually, Hills back, so this is a rather. Division. Excuse me. Stops attack. Almost on, like, just on the Sharpsburg. Ever been? You see how close actually inside to the. Seems like it's almost sheer destruction. It's enough to get inside and push him back down. This one. Spot right there for me. Holy shit. I didn't know that's what I was caught on. Guys, again, if you're just now tuning in on Twitch or on Facebook or YouTube, thank you so much for joining. We just won another charge against the rebels. Sighing rather loudly. It was great to have you guys over here, and I'm hoping you enjoy the content. We are currently fighting against AP Hill's division against Hill. Could consider the scenario of Hill's counterattack at Antietam. fun about this one is that you can actually play these counter-attack scenarios. And replaying them again is really cool. I'm actually fixing my bayonet this time around. Somebody had a good shot on that can. Do that next round too. Artillery can be if you have a form up a crew. You have a gun crew. You at least I do. And I'm glad that the qualities should never. Uh-oh, did I speak too soon? I'm sorry, guys. Let's go get this back. Which I can do. That doesn't work. There we go. Why it's gotta be like this now? I'm so sorry, guys. I hate this stuff. Guys, let me end this real quick. I'll be right back. I got